Hi, this is Teena Hughes. Today I'd like to have a quick chat with you about making videos where you are talking. I've just watched two different videos from two different people, and I'd like to talk about them with you and just to give you an idea of what happens when someone else is watching your video. The first video was from a lady who had taken a video of herself and was reading from a clipboard that was lower than eye level. Now, it was an 11-minute video, and for those 11 minutes, she looked down and read her transcript and tried to look up at her camera and couldn't do it. And it was painful. In fact, it was excruciating, and it was really hard for me to watch it, but I was interested in her subject matter. There were 5 videos in a row that she had created, so I did go ahead and watch 3 of them. After that, I just couldn't watch anymore. It was just too hard to watch someone who wasn't looking at the camera and who had nothing else on the screen to be of any interest to me to look at. So that was the first type of video that someone can make, is looking at the camera. And if you're going to be looking at the camera, you need to have your eyes at the same level as the camera so that you're engaging with the person who's watching you. And if you feel like you need to read from a transcript, that's not a bad thing, but there are certainly better ways to do it. What I could suggest is read the sentence out to yourself before you start filming and just do it one sentence at a time. Read the sentence, turn the camera on, and then say the sentence. You can either turn the camera off or clap your hands or do whatever you like, and then look down, read it to yourself, and then look up at the camera and read it out loud. Now that might sound like a really complicated thing to do, but in reality it's not. All that's going to happen is that you are going to be looking up at the camera for each sentence, but looking down away from the camera as you read each line in between. So the bottom line is, at the end of this, you'll have a long video that just needs editing. You're going to edit out all of those bits where you have looked down to read what's coming up. And that's a very simple thing to do. And I also have to say 11 minutes is a long video when someone's just talking to camera with no images or anything else on the screen. So think about popping in some photos at different points or having something else going on the screen so that your viewer doesn't get bored, because that's absolutely definitely what happened to me. That was the first person that I watched. Today I just watched another video of someone else in a similar field talking about a similar topic. And it was a chap, and he didn't have his photo on the video at all, and it was a great video. He actually had photos that were, I don't know, there's some kind of a lens was put over it, a filtering he had over the photos. The photos were of him, but he had, for each sentence that he said, he had just picked out one phrase and made that in big bold letters on the screen. And that was so great to watch, because I was listening, I was hearing what he was saying, but I was focusing on the one takeaway from each sentence. As he went on to a new sentence, he would either change the photo in the background or leave it the same, and then just put the new words on that were the short form of whatever it was he was saying. This was so much easier to watch and get involved in. And I just wanted to mention both of these types of videos to you today so that you can give it some thought. As much as it's good for you to try and practice to talk in front of a camera, please, please, please don't be reading, straight off a script where your eyes aren't even looking up, because that is no good for the person who's viewing. Because it's not about you, it's not about you who is making the video, it's about the person who's watching you. So it's the what's in it for them. And it's really, really important not to make them get bored too quickly and to only give them as much information as you need to. That's my little short tip for today. Have you had any experience of trying to make videos or watching videos where either of these things have happened? I'd love to hear from you. This is Teena Hughes from teenahughesonlinedotcom. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.